What up, y'all? This your boy Westside Willie, pilot of the Bebop, coming in. I'm just letting y'all know that we will be departing from Detroit very shortly. So everybody get in their seats, sit down, relax, and if there's any thickums on this flight, you're invited to the cockpit.
Bebop, we got it on lock. Check your wristwatch. Tick-tock, time for lift off. You hear the stars calling. Baby, come and hold me tight. Cause the sky's falling in deep space, writing these jams. All I need is Jordan, don't look back. It's a price on your head, and they'll double that pay. If you alive, not dead. These cats is new to these scenes and new to these walls. And when the shots start firing, they start to look for the door. Baby, don't get too close. I'm a cowboy. Wake up and see that I'm gone, I'm where the stars going. One thing I can say about life is that it's not born. And one thing I can say about us, we'll never stop hunting. I'm with my day ones, double shot, messing with my third eye. Brody wanna tag along, well we need a fourth mic, I plead the fifth. If the feds start catching up in space so long, I'm getting used to us suiting up with my day ones, double shot, messing with my third eye. Brody wanna tag along, well we need a fourth mic, I plead the fifth. If the feds start catching up in space so long, I'm getting used to us suiting up.
Go. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Bebop Boys back. Welcome back to the Bebop Boys podcast, where we talk about anime, movies, comic books, all type of fly shit. Even if that shit is 300 mil Minecraft movie, we gonna talk about that shit.
We're gonna talk about it.
What do you mean, even if? Why wouldn't we talk about that?
Because sometimes when people are wrong about something, they avoid the topic.
Okay, I feel that.
Yeah. The water bottle.
Wait. What do you mean? No. Like, yeah.
Oh,
like,
wait, I thought he said pass me the water bottle. I thought he said, I'm like, that's Mike's.
Do you
water,
guys
bro.
have a water bottle? The man who doesn't live here? Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah, we got the Brita filter. You
I
fill
could wait.
up.
I could wait.
I could wait too. Cause I
Appreciate it,
water. What's up, you guys? How you
What
guys
up?
doing?
Yo.
Hello?
Yo, what up?
Hi.
Doing really
Thank
good.
you, Persia.
I said, what up?
Good.
What's up? How you doing, Wes? How you doing, Nick? How you doing, Purge? How you doing, Mike? You know, when they let me do intros, I
You
just
just call
talking.
me
Just call me Mike.
Oh shit, man, my bad, Matt.
It's all right.
Yeah, fuck him. You know what I thought about that's really interesting?
What's up?
Me and Matt agree on a lot of things.
Really do.
Well, Matt is an agreeable person.
Me and Matt, no, we agree on, like, our taste is very similar, except for fucking Future Diary.
Wow. Yeah, isn't
Bro,
that
you
crazy?
know when you got off the phone? You got off the phone Wednesday. We stayed on the phone for like a whole nother hour.
It
and
was an
these
hour.
45 minutes. These niggas just talk about Berserk.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Bro,
You
my
just gotta
mic
hang
was
up.
muted for 5 minutes. Nobody said nothing. I'm like, what the fuck? My mic is muted.
No, 'cause
They
we
like,
was-
all right, bye.
We was talking about Berserk, bro.
Yeah, there's a lot to say.
I'll be
There's
looking
There is a lot, but
Y'all
I
lucky I was
I
in
just
there. I
don't
would've
understand the Future Diary hate.
We're gonna have to have
Y'all
a
gonna
whole
have to
episode for
yeah,
that.
y'all gonna have to
Bro,
have a whole
We're gonna
Y'all
have
gonna have to have a talk.
We're gonna
Exactly.
have to watch it. We have
Yeah. Oh my god.
We'll have to
Yeah.
watch
Get a
it.
therapist in
There's
here.
one
and do
video.
a reaction video.
There's one video. It's like a 30-minute video of a breakdown of it that
those videos.
when I because I watched the whole show, was like, man, about it. And then when I watched that video, not that like videos should persuade you to feel a certain way, because he does make it a fact that like, this is my opinion, but this thing here, and I'm like, oh god, this is really fucking bad.
I feel like you gotta watch
Yeah,
a video
some-
where both
yeah, some
sides are
stupid
No, I,
shit.
and I agree.
Bro,
And I
that
agree
is
with that.
Very rare.
And I agree.
Well, I'll make the video.
Okay.
You said you got to watch a video.
You gotta watch a video where both are pointing out the good and the bad.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
where
they're
you
good.
can
No,
weigh
well,
the pro.
well, he
one
does.
element.
He does do that because he's always saying like, "Oh, this part's animated good, and now this part is like coherent, and this part does make sense."
Yeah.
But what the fuck is this? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, just
I'll show
because
you.
a girl pulled a motorcycle out of her dress and disappeared.
That is one of them, and then rockets fly out everywhere.
What kind of
and then she's
category
just
is
out of
that?
there after committing genocide on, or
Hey,
not genocide, but
can't-
fucking
you can't-
committing terrorist acts on children for no reason
Hey,
that had nothing to do with
You
it.
can't
Hey,
bring
there
a
was
bad
a
bitch
reason.
down.
She wanted to kill
And then
that
she
kid.
gets a redemption arc. She gets a
She
redemption
gets
arc
a
right
redemption
after
arc
that.
after genocide.
Yeah,
It wasn't
immediately after that.
genocide.
And the
Hey.
cop that was following her ends up falling in love with her.
Can't
Anyways,
you can't
we're not talking about that. We're not
You
talking
can't
about
bring a bad bitch down.
So I
Camping.
do. So let's talk Berserk real quick.
Okay.
Because I finally got into Berserk, and I remember Nick talking about Berserk a long time ago. Like, but he was reading it, and I felt like what the shit that he was saying, bro. It felt like fucking rage bait. Like he's texting in the group chat these insane things. And I'm like, what the fuck are you reading, bro? And I'm like, I'm not watching that. And then
Understandable.
why did I watch that? What
We watched it together.
You're right. We started
Yeah,
it, and I was
convinced
like,
you.
okay. And then I was like running out of shit to watch, so I'm like, you know what? Let me go back and finish Berserk. So then I watched that shit. Man, woo! That boy Griffith is a bitch ass nigga.
Bitch. He's a bitch.
I told
Fuck you, Griffith.
Fuck you, Griffith. All my homies hate Griffith.
I think we should. Matt always throwing up. Matt is always throwing it up.
Yeah, Antonio did that one time, and I just
It's
man.
yeah.
I
I
gotta
think
stop.
anyone who has Griffith as their favorite anime character, should straight to jail.
What if they
Yeah.
be like great villains?
Straight to jail.
he's perfectly written. I'll say that.
Yeah, no, he is a vile thing.
Yeah.
Well,
He's not even a
what-
human being anymore.
Bro, when I was telling my girl about it, I was like, bro,
you
like,
can't tell people
it
about
came
it
out
and
of
sound
nowhere.
okay.
Gotta see it.
Like, no, like
You gotta see the rape.
Jesus.
Holy
Jesus
shit.
Christ.
Woo! Write that down. Wes, can you write down 454 for me so I know to bleep out the R word?
Please do, because we can't do anything.
Yeah, I need that time stamped.
Yep.
So yeah, I was telling her about it and she was like, I would never watch something like that.
Of course.
But I was like,
The
understandably.
But I
thing
was
is,
like,
when
the
you
thing about
explain it to
him-
people, they'll never watch it.
Yes.
But once you start to watch it, you're like,
Yeah.
once you're there, you're there.
no, I mean, yeah, that's how it was. Like,
Because that's
I'm
how
like,
you were.
Yeah, I'm like, God damn, bro, that's fucked. And it's like, it's not. I can't remember what it was. I was talking about some other show where it was like it felt like they were going through the motions, and like I feel like there's a lot of shit like that where like even like you watch a horror movie, in the horror movie you can tell that they're doing gore for the sake of doing gore. It's not to progress the story.
Yeah.
Right.
Like everything all this vile shit that's happening is part of the story. It's not just like it's not shock value.
No.
It's literally for a reason.
Yeah. I will say in the manga, sometimes it's iffy. Sometimes it is kind of just shocking just to be shocking.
The gore?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The gore and
I think he's talking
the
about
sexual
like, well, yeah, that part
like-
too.
You said the
But-
gore and the what?
and the sexual shit.
Okay.
But I do think like whenever it gets hyper and really extreme, there's such a satisfying payoff because whatever that fucked up, disgusting thing is happening, Guts gives them their comeuppance that just makes it feel so much better because of how vile it is.
Yeah.
Like how you were saying, like you could just be like, I'm a bad guy. I killed this person. Oh, great. Now the bad guy got killed by the good guy. That's cool. No, this bad guy did some fucked up shit that is absolutely vile and disgusting, so they get the worst, disgusting, most painful death that they'd fucking deserve.
Yeah, I like that. And then when I was explaining it to my girl, I was like, the thing that trips me out about Griffith is that nothing up until that point, like,
oh my God, yeah.
like literally, like even like there. When I'm thinking about it, I'm like, he literally didn't do anything wrong up until that point. So it came out of completely. I mean, you could say that what he did for the with that old
the little girl.
no,
or
the governor.
Yeah,
Like my boy was selling ass.
You could
prostitution. That's
in the
prostitution.
manga. You
Selling
can
ass and
well, yeah, but
but
in
other thing is,
I know, but I'm saying like,
Well,
like
what I'm
that
saying-
maybe that's like a hint of what his character is.
well, no, in the manga, you can they make more than that kind of hint. Yeah, like him not being the best person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Around like little looks that he makes, little remarks that he
There
makes,
were some-
things that he does.
There's a really good fucking scene where when Griffith is trying to become the army commander of Kingsland or whatever that place is called, they had like a little council, and there's like this one bald dude.
Oh, I saw that part where
Oh,
he
okay.
looks at him.
Yeah, and in
Gives
the
him that
manga,
look from but even like so from the anime side, because I haven't gotten into the manga yet because this fuck nigga's still reading it. But but
you
like,
read.
so we haven't gotten into that yet, but like on the anime side, there's really nothing like even that. He didn't just look at him for no reason. He looked at him because he knew he was trying to kill him.
Yeah.
Like so he there wasn't really much that he did that wasn't justifiable.
Okay, yeah.
Like,
But even like when he
Like-
made when he made Guts go basically assassinate that man, Guts didn't want to do that.
but he did it because that guy tried to kill him. So
Yes,
and
but
then
it's the
not.
fact that he made, like, he could have went and did it himself.
Oh yeah, he got his okay. Yeah, like getting
See,
your-
But that's not. But that doesn't make sense to the situation because he's over Guts. Like you're in my army. I can tell you what to do.
yeah.
Yeah, but what
Like-
it does is it kind of shows you how cold he is towards people who he's supposed to.
See, I would say like,
And even even in that situation, he couldn't do that because it had to be strategic. That's why Guts had to cover his face because it had to
That
be
big ass sword gave him
it had
away.
to be an assassination. It's like because if Griffith was like in proximity or like they suspected him of it, obviously what happened would have happened sooner.
Yeah.
So
but that's looking at it like, because I'm taking to what you're saying that his build up to what he does, there's no like,
there's nothing proportionate that he does that would like oh, he's gonna do this. No.
he's making political moves.
He's white.
Like he's making
They're all
Not all of them.
It's like he's making the political moves
know.
that you're just like, okay, somebody that is trying to get in power would make those fucked up decisions, but it's not a travesty to make him be like, oh, he's a disgusting foul being.
Yeah.
Because honestly, that's what made me even start Berserk. Like I've always seen Berserk everywhere, thought it was cool, didn't interest me because I knew about the fucked up, disgusting shit. But then I would be seeing like reels and videos talking about how Guts has like the most fucked up story out of any character and that Griffith is the most vile being. And I'm like, dude, every single clip I see of everything, it doesn't look that crazy. It's like, it's not that big a deal. And then when you read the manga, it starts off with Guts after the Golden Age arc. And then he gets transported to the demon world or whatnot. And Griffith is there and he yells Griffith and he's trying absolutely everything he can to kill him. And this is, again, like the first arc that it's showing. So you you don't know anything else. So I'm just like, what the fuck does Griffith do to make this man that mad? and then it goes to the Golden Age arc. And like you're saying, as it's going on, I'm just like, dude, Griffith's like, I'd fucking go to war for this dude. Like this man is like my leader. I fuck with it heavy. And
You would have got fucked.
oh man. And then, yep. And then, yeah.
Well, I think that
boom,
from-
that shit said.
from what I remember from watching the anime, there are little like small hints that Griffith is gonna like turn, but I do kind of see to where you saying like
Bro,
to
I
it's
promise
where
you,
I think
I
it's
promise
to
there
that
was
moment-
nothing there.
I think
bro.
it's that moment where he gets tortured for a year and he's just like the
Well-
last thing I can do, and then he was fuming at Guts too. Because
I was about to say, in that moment, it was right when Guts bested him
Oh, yeah.
and then left.
yeah,
That's right when Griffith that's right when it was like, okay, everything,
bro
nothing.
crashed out.
But I
Bro,
will-
this bitch ass nigga, bro, you literally said for a man to be my friend, he can't be beneath me. He has to have his own.
bro, he
dreams.
was just saying.
Bro
that.
was like,
he ain't mean
I
that.
need my own. Bro was like, all right, I'm gonna follow my own dreams. This nigga said, hell no.
I will.
Sit
there-
your ass down.
Now I
My
didn't.
best warrior.
I don't know. I don't know if it's in the anime, but I did just remember there is a scene though where Griffith is bathing in like a lake or pond or something,
It was
and
in the
Casca
anime.
sees him, and he like starts like fucking
It
clawing
was
at his
because
back
he
and
had to
starts-
come to. She confronted him about fucking that dude.
No,
Oh, yeah.
the dude fucked him.
We don't know what the situation.
fucking-
I don't know, bro. Do you have whips on your back, man?
Huh?
Mm-hmm. You don't get that from missionary.
He didn't have whips on his back.
Oh wait, no, you didn't.
Yeah, he used it with his
Scratched-
Oh yeah,
scratched
yeah,
himself.
yeah,
Yep.
okay.
Like he was like basically losing his composure because he's
Yeah.
like coming to
And
terms
get
with
that
what
from
he
missionary.
did.
Also, by the way,
You said what?
you can get that from missionary scratches on your back.
No, I'm talking about if he's in missionary. No, if he's the
Hey,
one-
Antonio's
Details
not
don't
here.
matter. The details don't matter. Details don't matter.
No, let's get into vivid
Scratching
detail.
her back with you and me? That's disgusting. Damn, control your emotions, nigga.
Listen,
All right.
no, he was scratching his back like because he was like starting to tweak because she was like, "Why would you do that?" Like, and he said that he had to
Power, nigga.
he had to do that shit so that he would have the money to keep the group together. So he was making the ultimate sacrifice.
He was getting his shit
Clamping
clapped for his
himself
boy.
out.
Huh? But bro, that shit.
He was looking at that chair in
Yo,
the corner.
I will say, like, that shit is wild because they are not afraid to go there and that shit. They was like,
I fuck
No,
with
they
that.
are not
That's
afraid
why
to go
I
there
like
at
that.
all.
I like that shit.
I like it. I definitely want to read it because I was like, you don't have a choice
Way
but to
different.
fucking read it.
Yeah,
But-
it's unreal.
You can start that one right there if you want.
That shit is.
do it.
Because I'm
ASAP.
Vagabond Volume 2 comes out in like 2 weeks. So I'm just gonna start that.
Oh,
That shit is intense though, bro. And then that fucking song.
Bro, I had that shit on for an hour at work.
You sent us to YouTube.
Exactly.
Bro, that song is just in my head. I woke up with it in my head.
Yep.
I'm like,
Anytime something sad happens, I'm just
so
like,
90s, bro. So 90s.
that
it
is
really
like,
is.
that is just all throughout. Every time something happens, it's just.
That's
Bro, that shit is wild. Yeah, I like it though. And then
Yeah.
I don't like how they changed Casca's skin color in the newer one.
Well, they-
Why
Yeah,
the
it's very
did they bleach
strange.
it?
Yes, bro. Why the
Yeah.
fuck do they do that shit?
I mean,
Why did Ice Spice get skinny?
they
Facts.
bleached Usopp's skin in the
They
new
did.
Egg.
Oh
I
my
was just
God.
like, why are you
Woo.
doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You talking about
Halle-
the dude that be capping?
Yes.
Calm down on God Usopp. bro.
Halle,
Yeah, he's on my team.
I feel like Halle Berry should be
Was.
Casca.
What?
Halle Berry.
Halle
could've
Berry
been
would play
Casca.
good.
She
Casca.
That
could've
would have been a
been-
good ass.
I've seen her with her hair.
Who would have been Guts? Ben
I don't
Affleck.
know.
Ben
Fucking
Affleck.
no.
is-
Kevin
Affleck's not
Costner.
big enough.
You said Ben Affleck's not big
No,
enough?
he's not big enough.
Reacher.
Too much depression.
Reacher?
Actually.
He's too blonde.
He's too blonde.
Oh, it's-
No, Ben Affleck from the Batman The Dark Knight Rise, not Dark Knight, Batman vs Superman, Ben Affleck. That man was built like a tank.
No, let's just get Zendaya as Casca, Tom Holland as Guts.
That is the 2015
frog
cast.
man ever.
2025 cast.
Taylor Swift as Griffith.
yeah. No, Hunter Schafer as Griffith.
No, get The Rock
Oh.
as Guts.
Yeah.
But he's just
Yeah.
gonna play as The Rock.
Yo, I do wanna
Yeah.
see that
Bro, there's
H.P.
no
movie.
one that's like. I was thinking about that shit because that's why I even said what I said about the about like doing a fan made like or like we're casting the people.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking
That'd be
like
fun one.
Halle Berry would be a good Casca, but I can't think of anyone
like
that
white
could
man.
actually act Guts out well.
Yeah.
Because like
Me and my
I feel like
friends
I'm
talked
thinking
about
like
this.
if you were gonna go in the '90s, who could you do? Like Sylvester
Get
Stallone.
Mark Wahlberg.
Like
to do it.
Sylvester.
No, you just
Sylvester Stallone would have the look of Guts.
gotta.
kinda.
No, you know who you need? Arnold.
No,
Ah,
no, that's
Griffith!
There was-
Sylvester Stallone.
Get to the chopper.
I can't remember who.
That is
So,
a clip right
Guts is directly based off of, or at least influenced his character design by the fucking character in Fist of North Star.
Yeah.
And then the Fist of North Star is directly influenced by some Western actor. So there is an actor that they're technically based off of. I can't remember who, though.
Yeah, bro. Like,
Give it to Jake Gyllenhaal. See what he can do.
There you go.
No,
Yeah.
because like if you're gonna
End
go
up
like
kissing
if
him.
you're gonna get like the size and like Guts has like all dark features. Like the only like I can't really think of
But
big
actors
actors
have
that
been
meet
known
that
to
size.
put on weight. for
Yeah, but
roles.
you got to be tall too.
You
Yeah.
can't put on these.
Yeah, he's like 6.
Like, he's like-
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you can because again, Tom Hardy played Bane, so unfortunately,
I'm really.
He stood on the dark.
that man wore platform shoes for that role.
and broke your back in platform shoes.
Damn, Tom Hardy, he could be a good one,
No.
but he's not tall enough.
Nah, we're good. We don't need him.
All right, you
Batista,
racist
Dave
against
Batista.
Australians. Batista,
They're prisoners. I don't know what to
Batista
tell you.
would have been good in like early on, but
Batista would have been a
but he-
good villain.
Now he's a dad.
No, he can't.
Josh Brolin was taller.
act.
Bro, there's
No,
like
Josh
no
Brolin-
one. There's no one that
Yeah.
could do it.
No, I
Yeah.
agree, though.
We probably have to go.
I don't know. Put your ideas in the chat.
Yeah, who would you like to see in a live action Berserk?
I think Michael B. Jordan would do a good job.
Yo, that
Wow,
was,
that's a good one. That's
okay.
a very good
You're
one.
gonna anger
They
so many people.
They're gonna erase our only month.
No.
Now you better not start. Keep playing.
Not my guts.
Well, since we were talking about
Denzel Washington as the king.
since we were talking about Batman versus Superman, you want to talk about Superman real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we could talk Superman real quick. That little preview that we got.
Little. That was 4 minutes. That was 5 minutes.
In all fairness, the whole preview wasn't 5 minutes. The rest of it was the original trailer.
I was about to say it was just an
So it was
extended
like
cut of that.
It was like 2 minutes of a preview and then the original trailer.
So y'all did that build some more hype for you guys?
Yeah, I fucking loved it. It was, bro, the craziest
love
thing
that
about
trailer,
it
bro.
to me is that it's so comic book looky, people are like, "This is trash,"
It
and I'm like,
looks
"It looks
beautiful.
so much like
Holy
it."
shit.
Everybody is rebutting in the comments like, "Yo, this
Why would you
well,
want?
it looks goofy. Comic books. Are,
If you never read a comic,
yeah,
Just
yeah.
based
like-
off the
it's so-
trailer aesthetics, that is
Bro, we
visually
talk-
one of the
start-
It
best
looks
superhero movies.
gorgeous. And then the other thing,
Visually.
people are complaining about him being
The healing?
accelerated healing from the sunlight, as
Just
if
hit
his
800.
bones aren't being resetted, fixed, all his ruptured spleen and everything like that isn't
Yeah.
at a accelerated rate. They're like, bro, you think that's not painful? You think he's just sitting there not feeling any of that? Like, bro, how stupid are you people? Well, stupid as fuck, apparently.
Very stupid.
I've been seeing like I don't know if these Snyder fans are like trolling
No, they're
or
just
not,
dumb.
bro. Like
They're just
rage
dumb.
baiting because
No,
it's-
they're really dumb.
dude.
They
it's
are
some
really just
bad
dumb.
comparison,
Bro,
Well,
but even
what happens when you ain't got a brain cell?
even just to build on that, they were mad about the crypto thing because
Yeah, they were like, he's a bad dog.
Right, he
He don't
wants
act
to
like
play.
that.
A dog wants to fucking play. My dog don't do that.
Bro,
Your dog tries to run into traffic, get fucked.
that was like the most realistic fucking interpretation of a dog just acting I've ever
Right.
seen, and it wasn't
It's
even a
literally
real dog
based
acting.
off of his dog,
Exactly.
an actual dog.
And I understand that crypto is supposed to, be talking and all that other stuff. But when is this? When is this like a? Is he like a veteran Superman? Like how long has he been on Earth on this one?
This DCU, it's like it takes place. There's no origin stories. Okay. It's just we're dropped in. Yeah,
Which I do like. I like.
I
that.
love.
yeah.
We all know the
Needs to
origins.
be
We're
like
good.
that.
Tired of them.
Needs
And if
to
you
be
don't,
like that.
pick up a fucking comic book and get fucked.
Watch one of the older movies, bro.
Yeah, just watch Man of Steel, bro,
Oh,
or Superman Returns.
Watch Man of Steel.
why are you picking
3
these
times.
two? Watch the original
Watch
Superman
the-
with Christopher Reeves.
Watch
wasn't a
the
big fan
TV
of
show.
Watch
What?
Smallville. Yeah, watch
Watch
Smallville.
Smallville.
You want
There
to
you
learn
go.
about Superman? Watch Smallville. Actually, I love Smallville.
Everybody probably knows about Superman in comic. If you're watching a comic book movie about Superman, I'm pretty sure you know about the origins of Superman.
He's
Yeah.
as basic as it fucking gets.
Yeah.
Like,
He's a
in
basic
a
bitch.
good way. Like, it's
I
just
mean,
not
he's the
hard to
OG,
do.
so-
Yeah, it's like it's not hard to fucking get right. You don't have to make him more than he's not. And that's what I think James Gunn is doing, just making it simple.
I think James
Superman.
Gunn is literally making it straight from the comics.
Yeah, and that's
And
that's all
people
we
who don't
fucking
read
need.
comics are going to be like, this
I
isn't
don't
realistic.
But I don't read comics, bro, and I'm excited to see it. You're
you're a
been
different
excited.
breed.
Same.
You're a different breed.
Okay.
I've never been anything Superman. Like, he's never ever captured. Even as a kid, I was never like captured by Superman. I don't even think I've seen any of the Superman movies until Superman, the first Christopher Reeves one recently, because Santuan, his favorite superhero is Superman. I think it's Batman, but Superman's right there. And he was like, yeah, let's all get caught up on it. I wasn't the biggest fan. One of the, obviously just didn't age well, but I'm really fucking excited for this one. And just because of James Gunn, the trailers that I'm seeing, the things he's saying, and like how Nick's saying, he obviously reads the comics. He's showing all the comics that people need to read to like understand what's going to go on, and it's like he's like giving a shit about what is being made, not just to make a Superman movie.
I don't understand the fear in that. Like it sounds like they're fearing this. Like this is going to be, even if it is better or on par with Man of Steel, so what?
The thing is, the original Superman stands for a lot of things that people nowadays don't appreciate or don't agree with.
Yeah.
Like, rights to people, fighting against,
But that's what he was fighting.
fighting for immigration, like letting people, like there's a whole comic book art where,
Bro's literally an alien.
yeah, like it's a whole thing. So you got to think about it like
alien.
the way James Gunn is doing it, he's doing it more towards the heart and soul of what makes Superman Superman. Zack Snyder took Superman and was like, let's make him let's make him Batman.
Yeah.
Let's make him depressed and don't get me wrong, because I like Man of Steel. I like Man of Steel because I'm open for any interpretation. By all means,
course,
if you nail it, sweet. Like, for example, like the absolute Superman that's out right now, I would lean that more towards Zack Snyder's style. Right. And I'm loving it.
yeah.
I'm loving it.
So he kills in that one.
Not yet, but he comes close because some shit happens.
That
and
fucking dude that
he
he
be
puts
putting
his
work-
horns through doesn't die from that?
That was absolute Batman.
Batman.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
that was
sorry.
Did he die from that?
No.
Jesus Christ.
No, he put those in his eyes. It's fine. That was Black Mass that he did that too. My favorite thing though, when that happened, it was like when people were sharing that panel, like this one has a parent. And I was like, yeah. And his parent was being threatened at that time. So you have a Batman who has no parents, and then you have a Batman who does have a parent and is being threatened.
Difference between
you
rooting
think he ain't
and
gonna
angry.
fight just as hard?
You know how much you gotta hate somebody to put your horn?
Bro, he
Freeze
booted
the
that
Timberlake.
kid. He booted
Drop
that
kick-
kid.
drop kick that
Bing,
bitch.
right into the water.
Impact frame.
What?
Boo.
No, we ain't booing Absolute Batman.
No,
the
that's
new
hype.
issue 7 comes out on Wednesday, and he's going up against Mr. Freeze. And,
Nice.
interesting, and he
I
is some type of like
saw
mutated thing.
Ghul was.
Ra's al Ghul was in the new Superman comic.
Oh,
he's going to
okay,
be a
sick.
Superman villain this time,
That's
working with Brainiac. So that's a lot of fun.
Is
But-
he?
of the Caucasus region?
Yes.
I can't tell. He looks Caucasus, but they also didn't really show his face.
Okay.
So I need to see the facial features.
Okay, so they just put Liam Neeson in there and just
They shouldn't.
just drew Liam Neeson, Irish nigga named Ra's al Ghul.
Real quick, I'm
yeah,
excited
that's
for
y'all favorite trilogy.
that.
right?
I'm excited for that Naked Gun movie. I was a little skeptical on
I'm
it.
still not.
I saw that fucking trailer. That shit had me laughing.
I'm still not.
Okay.
I like the OJ joke,
The OJ joke was
but the lead up to it, I was like, bro, that was
especially knowing Liam Neeson has gone from serious actor to action movie to comedy. Yeah, I love that.
I don't know. I'll
Still
watch
said-
it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and go into it not biased because I love the Naked Gun movies. They're so good and so perfect.
No, them shit's funny.
But no, Superman, I mean, and the comic book accuracy in this is insane. We've got so many good characters in it. Guy Gardner, everyone's like, oh, he looks fucking stupid. Yeah, he looked fucking stupid in the comics.
Oh my god, he looks
Like, what are you
ridiculous in
talking
the
about?
comics. Yeah.
He just recently got updated not too long ago where he looks fine and he's kind of a dick. But he's always been a dick. But I don't know.
Stop saying dick like that.
No, I'm not. I'm saying dick.
You know, when you were saying about like what are people afraid of with the new Superman and it being better or worse, I think a big thing about what people love about movies, and it goes even with like Spider-Man, is it the actor that's playing it, not the movie itself, because we're always gonna like whether Spider-Man 3 was trash or not, whether the Amazing Spider-Man series were trash or not, we fucking love Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield as those. And then you look at the Supermans, almost every single Superman was very, very, very beloved and very up there.
I don't think there's a bad Superman.
Yeah, and then Henry Cavill, he obviously he got fucked over. Like he really wanted to play and he was really down to keep going. And it sucks that now he can't do it, but I'm very excited for the new guy that
David Cornswell.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm
think
excited for the characters to see. I know James Gunn is very good with like making characters.
Yeah,
that
I'm
you
very
like.
excited for
I'm
that
excited
world
that.
building.
I'm
I was
pumped for
rewatching Daredevil Wolverine, and it was at the part where they were they met like the other characters, Gambit, Blade and whatnot, and they just kept I love the way they just kept throwing down just names where they're like, oh, we can't kill Cassandra. Punisher tried, he died. Daredevil tried, he couldn't get there. And then fucking Daredevil told, Deadpool told Elektra, he's like, I'm so sorry. And then when Cassandra was like, oh, there was a magician that came through here and I wore her skin, and then pulls out Doctor Strange's sling ring. Like, I love shit like that. And I'm expecting that in the Superman movie where they're just gonna name drop some heroes, and I'm gonna love that kind of shit.
Yeah, I mean, you see him do it in his other works like Peacemaker, where Peacemaker was literally like, he was like, Green Arrow is a brony, and Aquaman fucks fish, and he's just called the Flash a dick. Like, they did a lot. They name dropped tons of people. They name dropped Batmite, which is a fucking crazy thing to name drop. They name drop, like, he will name drop the most obscure characters. But the best part about it is so that person exists. Like, name dropping that means that person exists.
Oh,
I think
right.
That's
Yes.
fantastic.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Because some of the best characters are obscure as fuck.
That's true.
I mean, I don't know. Nah, we won't get into that yet. But yeah. So I'm pumped for it. I think it looks gorgeous. That Fortress of Solitude. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That thing is beautiful. Absolutely.
I've been seeing people getting mad about the robots.
They look just like the comic book.
Yeah,
counterpart.
and I saw the tweet of the comparison. Like, yeah, that's literally exactly comic book accurate. And then people were saying the robots are sentient, they're probably real humans. Like, they don't even feel like robots. And I saw somebody
from a 4-second cut of them.
Yeah.
I saw somebody point out, I was like, the whole point of Superman's being is kind and humanness. You don't think he's gonna I don't know if he made the robots, but you don't think these robots are gonna resemble that? Like, they're not gonna give the same kind of feedback?
I mean, they're there for him. Yeah, but I don't know.
That makes sense,
it makes
man.
100%. But I also, there's a dude who was leaking shit like 2 or 3 years ago about the Superman movie. Yeah. But he leaked like the symbol for the robots like 2 years ago on Reddit. And he was like, when you see it, you'll understand. And people were just like, you're fucking crazy. And he was like, yeah, go ahead and ask James Gunn about Mongol. He was like, then get back to me. Mongol's a villain from like, he's on like strong as fuck. There's that clip of Wonder Woman like fucking, what is that, suplex? We grab from behind.
Yeah.
Suplexing a big yellow alien dude. You guys ever seen that clip?
No.
I've seen a video compilation of her doing
Wonder
like,
Woman
a bunch.
just suplexing.
Yeah, she's
Gal
just
Gadot
doing
doing
wrestling.
No, it was the animated. It was from, I think, the Justice League Unlimited. But either way, Mongol's like a very strong alien. People think that the villain in this is Ultraman from Earth 3, but it might be Mongol.
See, I was
So they haven't even revealed the villain yet.
Nope.
That's what I was. Another thing about the trailer that makes me curious is now it is a world already established with full of superheroes, so there could be anybody, Mongol, fucking anybody. But I'm wondering what made Superman get in that position, like where he got fucking thrown
Yeah.
all the way to
You
Antarctica.
got to beat that man up.
That's what I'm saying. Like
beat
he's
that
supposed
man
to
up.
be. So
Yeah.
very curious.
There's only been so many people who can do that to him. But they said Circe might be in there too, because James Gunn did mention that there will be magic.
Maybe will he be fighting the other characters?
Well,
Who?
we see.
Will he be fighting the Justice Society?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, we know confirmed. Obviously, Lex Luthor. We know he's there. Got something to do. We see him.
Maxwell Lord.
We see him. Huh?
Maxwell Lord's there too.
Really?
Well, yeah, his Sean Gunn's playing Maxwell Lord.
What? I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
and the fucking like Hawk Woman and Guy Gardner and I think Metamorpho. But there's Mr. Terrific. They're all part of his.
It's terrific. That's the name.
Oh,
of it.
that's
like
right,
that's
yeah.
why they all wear those same suits.
Yeah. Okay.
because they're all part of his corporation.
But then they
Maxwell
they
Lord.
did also show like the kaiju, like he fights a kaiju.
Yeah.
There's that giant big eye thing that he's aura farming in front of while
Yep.
fucking Guy Gardner's fighting it. So
That is some
there's
aura
a
farming.
lot of shit he's fighting in. It's not just
Yeah, I think this is gonna be one of the most like comic booky movies
Yeah.
we fucking
100%. I think of
I think
any
he's gonna
single
nail it.
any single comic book movie,
So y'all better show
even
up.
still
showing up
recently, where
every
it's
day.
like
I mean, y'all.
it is just about this hero and this villain, and that's it.
Yeah.
And this seems like it's just going to be a comic book world of Superman getting to be Superman.
Yeah. Now, again, James Gunn is good at that shit.
Speaking of
Fucking- those stuff.
Superman and villains, Daredevil.
That's what I wanted to get into about
Man,
Special topics we on Daredevil.
yeah, Daredevil.
Daredevil was a
So whether
My least favorite episode this season.
everything about it was good. I did like the
I
fight.
agree.
Too much cuts, but I did like the fight. I liked the setup. It was cool.
He be fighting.
But,
He be
like-
happy as hell. I swear to God. Swear to God.
I
he be
really fucking hope so Muse dies. Hopefully he doesn't. I'm
Yeah.
getting
She shot the shit out
giving
that
a
nigga.
fucking
That was
like sliver
3
of
or
hope.
4 to the chest.
Oh, dude, a
Them shit
bunch.
caught me off guard.
But so like right when that happened, I was just like, oh shit, she fucking got him. And then he wasn't moving. I was like, all right,
Fuck.
shit. and then fucking
Hey,
and then
exact face.
and then they Daredevil and the lady, they get out of there and the cops come in and they're like, oh fuck, he's dead. And then it fast forwards to nighttime when Fisk shows up, and he's still on the ground. And I'm like, is he actually fucking dead? Are you kidding me? Like, dude, I when I saw Born Again come out and I saw they revealed the Muse face, I was like, dude, this guy looks badass. You know, I'm gonna get into this. So I like watched the video on the Born Again. I watched the video on another Muse one, and he's like so captivating. He has depth. Muse. Now he is an Inhuman. He has superpowers. Like his literally listed. His powers is to get rid of people's perceptions of like hearing, sound, like anything.
been
Get rid of
perfect
that.
villain
Like
for
void.
Daredevil.
He's like a black hole of it. That's why he has a thing on his chest. He actually has superhuman strength. He has agility. The fact that he can't be perceived makes him like one of the hardest people to find. He kills superheroes and makes murals with their blood. And in this, he's just a depressed kid that's just psychotic and then has no superpowers, gets his ass fucking kicked by Daredevil, is found immediately.
There was a solid fight between the two of them.
Oh, all of it,
Solid fight.
great. Like, all the fighting, all the choreography, all this is great, even if he didn't have his powers there. Like, when he didn't show off that he had powers, I was like, oh, he's going to get him somehow. I wonder what's going to happen. Bam, 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 bam. Muse is done. Like,
Bro,
dude.
That's
when
kinda
that
what-
happened, I was like, as soon as she went, ba, 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 and he fell, I was like, oh, I see why Matt's mad. As soon as that happened, I was like, well, that was
Me and Nick had the
Man.
discussion in the chat about like just MCU and just throwing away villains like that. Like they
It's
be doing
crazy,
it just
man.
seem like they just
It's
do
crazy.
so they got so much going on.
What that character was in the show wasn't bad.
No.
Just don't make him Muse. Use anybody. Just an
The
original
thing is,
character.
people are gonna comment and be like, well, he was barely in the comics, like he's not even that big of a character. But the thing is, cool. But they built him up to be a big character,
They
and
really
that's
did.
the issue. Like the trailers, like he was a thing in the trailers. Like promotion, he was a big part of the promotion. Like they were building him up to be like this big part of the season, and he was basically 2 episodes.
I wouldn't even say season. I would say series.
Even
A bit-
season 2, yeah.
Even have him
Well-
in season 2.
It was confirmed by one of the showrunners that Muse will be in season 2. But the thought is, or at least the theory,
Flashback?
that's where people are thinking that the therapist is going to go through trauma and think about that situation a lot. And
So yeah,
so when I tried looking up because I wanted some
Wasteful
I
villain.
wanted some hope, so I looked up, has Muse ever died in the comics? And actually he does. He gets killed by Daredevil. No. Daredevil kicks his ass so bad that he kills himself. And then he goes to hell, fights through hell somehow,
Fight King
and
Von?
then he gets like he becomes a ghost
I
and
am
then
what I am.
he possesses some teenager, and then that teenager gets the powers and then becomes another Muse. I don't think that's going to happen in this. But like, fuck, I want some.
Funky villain.
Now, if there's gonna be some MCU bullshit, I'm just reaching with theories now. Maybe something happens where some resurrection thing happens in the vicinity, so we get Foggy and Muse back. And
Damn.
maybe
Or-
Muse is-
or
I need Foggy, please.
what if he's not dead? What if that, stopping perceptions and he made it think that he was dead?
That's a
When
theory.
people come by and like, yeah, check his heartbeat, check his pulse, but they can't feel it because he's like, yeah, you ain't.
See, and that's why I was holding my breath when he got shot, because I was expecting like some
They
like
took his mask.
teaser to it. They
He
did.
can make a new one.
Like I wanted some like teaser, like maybe zoom in on him, showing him like maybe Twitch or something. But then right when they switched to nighttime and then Fisk was there, it was like, was he just sitting there just chilling, just sleeping the whole time?
It might be a
Like,
process though.
it could be.
He might need to
maybe that
rejuvenate. I don't know.
awoken him, but
I'm
there was
trying to be
nothing
hopeful.
about it because him being built up was just being built up as a crazy psycho. There was no build up of like
Showed the nigga
what
twice.
he
I
wanted
hate
to
that
be,
shit.
how he like magic or anything like that. Maybe this little diamond thing has something to do with it.
Yeah, no, I think the point of him was to get Daredevil back out onto the
Yeah.
street.
Oh,
Like,
that totally was
if we're honest with ourselves, the whole point of Muse was to get Matt to be Daredevil again. It was a reason for him to hit the
100%.
streets, and is a reason for Fisk to go after Daredevil again because Daredevil's doing the job of the task force Fisk put in place.
The funny thing that
Which-
I seen somebody say was like, yo, he caught 60 bodies and Spider-Man is just chilling in the
Yeah,
crib.
yeah,
Chilling
that's
in the
another
crib
thing.
next
What
to
the
him.
fuck is Spider-Man doing, bro? Like,
Superhero shit, though.
Not only Spider-Man, Luke Cage,
Yo, it's so many
Jessica
Jessica
Jones.
Jones, yeah.
Iron Man.
60
Oh, no,
people
Iron Man's
gone.
dead. Let me put that one back down.
Everybody's reading the newspaper like,
Captain
somebody else will get
America.
it.
Somebody got it.
Somebody else
No,
will
no, I
handle
did
that.
see somebody say like, "Yo, Spider-Man ain't got time to be dealing with this low-level shit." I'm like,
What other shit's going on? Nothing else is
nobody
going
knows
on.
who he is. What are you talking about?
Fucking goddamn.
That's, somebody else will handle it.
Just
Yeah,
stalking
But you were about to say
Punisher.
something, the person-
Punisher didn't go after him either.
Yeah, you're right. He
And
did.
he's in the
Like,
show.
yeah, and what's his deal? He's obviously
just-
still operating.
He's depressed in his little man.
About
age.
what?
I don't know.
Yeah, about
He's
what?
I
over
don't
it.
know.
The family
I
he
don't
never
know.
loved.
Rick and Lori. Rick got Lori. I don't know. Fucking John Bernthal is mad. I don't
Yeah,
know.
facts.
He's
Facts.
still upset about Shia LaBeouf.
They got some weird continuity shit with superhero things. That's like the
It's a
only thing.
superhero. Yeah.
Like you can't think about it too much because otherwise, yeah, like
You
like,
right. You know
you
what?
got
Fuck
six.
Yeah.
You got 6 people in this city that could solve this problem.
6. Most of the heroes are in New York.
Bro,
That's the most protected
16.
city.
the whole Captain America, bro. It's
It's a
just
nigga-
Captain America.
It's a nigga in the on the next floor of his apartment building. He's just like, somebody else will handle that. Luke Cage right upstairs,
I think
stopping a petty thief.
I just really hope.
That's funny.
I just really hope for the MCU to, and it's not going to happen because of stupid right shit. To just
won't want
feel
to get
like
on
a
that.
comic book, man. Just feel like a comic book. Even the fucking Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show felt like a comic book, man. They had Iron Man pull up. They had Doctor Strange pull up. They had these people. Yeah, they had Daredevil. Dude, like that's exactly how this shit should be. You don't have to have them deal with it. You don't have to have them be a main thing, but have them mention it. Like run into them to be like, no, it's all right. I got this.
Pop
like,
in and
hey,
help for a second.
Yeah, like
Pop
dude,
in and help for a second.
String him up, bro. Yeah, he's killing 60 people. Just like, do something. Yeah.
60 people. That is a lot.
That's
bro.
a lot of people.
Bro, Bundy wasn't even putting up numbers like that, bro.
Numbers on
Dahmer
the
wasn't
board.
putting up numbers like
What's your
that.
T number?
I mean, what we had John Wayne Gacy was close with like 22, but like, what are we doing
It's not
right?
even halfway.
But yeah, like even with like Punisher, like I loved it. Don't get me wrong, like great scene, wanted it, but it was really useless. Like he
I think it was more of
there
a
was
setup.
no like his reason was because he saw the Punisher logo and wanted to make Punisher
Well, he
aware
didn't
of
see
it.
it.
Huh?
He didn't see it.
Oh,
He felt
he
felt the logo.
He felt it. He felt it, and he's like, "Yeah, Punisher, what the fuck?" And Punisher's like, "You think that was me? Fuck off!" And then that was it. Like, okay, like you aren't gonna say,
You gonna
"Hey,
help him out?
yeah, there's
Nah,
some
bro.
bad shit going on. You're gonna get the fuck out there." I can't remember.
Bro,
it,
we
but,
gotta hurry up.
like,
We
in
don't got
Pun-
all this
yeah.
shit go. We gotta all this world building. We can't do that.
Yeah, it's
But,
crazy. But we got a season. I mean,
Matt really said it on the rights thing because the actor who plays
Yeah.
William Fisk, I don't really know his name.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah, he did
Show
say something
respect.
about like why certain characters can't be in movies because of rights.
Yeah.
But then I'm thinking like, who owns those rights?
My friend Stevie looked more into it, like the interview.
Shout out to Stevie.
And yeah, love Stevie. He's like really knowledgeable about all this shit. He's the one that got me into Daredevil. He's been a fan since season 1. But he was saying it has to do with the Sony rights because technically Wilson Fisk is actually Spider-Man villain.
Yeah. First appeared in Amazing Spider-Man issue 50.
Yes. So technically he's under Sony's rights. At the moment, it's just Sony has to say yes. That's all it means. That's all he's pretty much saying. Like right now, if they were to be like, if Marvel would be like, oh, we want Wilson Fisk in a movie, you can't. Unless Sony
you want to
says
put him
so.
in the movie.
So technically,
Big
yes,
bad
but like, if not, bro, throw the whole universe away, dude. I just need to see Tom Holland fight Fisk.
That's
I
why
need to
You
see
did
it.
see Miles fight Fisk.
Yes, and it was
Yeah,
amazing.
but again, that was a Sony movie,
It was
though.
It was a song,
It
yeah.
was a Sony movie.
Need it exactly. That's
That'd be-
all I ask.
You have
man.
you're gonna
That's
do. We're
all
gonna
I
tell you like the
want,
dude told
man.
us in our comments. Email Sony and let them
And
know.
we
that
saw
shit.
Fisk got a butt,
That nigga
man.
said-
He got a
Somebody
butt.
really said that?
No, he said email Amazon and tell them about the budget. I'm like,
Yeah.
I was in the bed reading that shit. I started cracking up.
I'll do it. I'll get right on it. But I think that's why I think DC is about to have the upper hand on Marvel, just because they have the rights to every single one of their characters.
There's not a.
So they can do whatever the fuck.
And
they
that's what
want.
James Gunn's doing,
Just
man.
do the
Every single
execution.
thing he's announced is just like, oh wow. Then now Marvel would never.
I mean, we got that Lantern series coming out.
I wanna
It's
see
like
that
a buddy cop.
Supergirl.
Supergirl. Oh my god, bro.
Supergirl,
Supergirl. I was just reading
that
Supergirl Woman
Robin
of Tomorrow.
show, dynamic duo.
Dynamic duo looks great, but yeah, I think that's why they're gonna once James Gunn establishes maybe like one or two more shows or movies, I think they're gonna get the upper hand because I think people are gonna get a grasp of anyone can be in anything.
Yeah.
And I, as a comic book fan, which he is, I think he's gonna have fun with that.
As
Like it'd
you
be cool to
should,
see
bro.
these characters interact.
And he's actually the head over there.
Right.
He's not just
Like he's got Guy Gardner in the new Lantern series. That's gonna be great. I'm excited to see that. You know, and and they're saying Supergirl might be in the Superman movie.
Why wouldn't she be? That's what I was thinking.
I'm pumped to see that.
They did also.
But Lobo is the villain in her movie. Like
I forgot about that.
Jason Momoa, and Jason Momoa said he looked like, ripped right from the comics.
He got Dune 3 and that coming.
They
So he
also
about to
confirmed
pay.
that
Homegirl
season
shouldn't have left.
for the Peacemaker that season 1 will be canon now because they initially said season 1 isn't going to be canon, but
Yeah.
now it is.
They said just the only thing that isn't is the Justice League. at the end.
Yep.
They laughed about it too. They were like, yeah, just that.
But that's that's when James Gunn said, I think it was in the same exact interview, maybe a different one, but he was saying, if it comes to canon, like what you think is canon or not, if it's in your head, you think if it makes sense to you, then it's canon. That's all his
Which
play.
it's fine, dude. Yeah, but unfortunately, with Marvel, they literally cannot, depending on the rights of the character.
Exactly, and it's so
which is the part that
fucking
sucks.
annoying. It's like,
But why are you holding on to a character if you're
Money.
not doing nothing with? But I can give you money. I can give you.
Why
I
you
give
think they
you.
bought Fox.
Yeah, that's true.
They were like, you think they bought Fox because they wanted Family Guy? You think
I don't know. It's still going for 4. They just renewed it for 4.
Yeah, but let's be honest.
I know what you're talking
They wanted the Fantastic Four and
I
X-Men.
can understand what you're saying. Like, yo, if you give me if you give me 50 mil for this Batman character, but you can make a billion off of it.
Yeah, I was about to say, you gotta give me at least
Exactly.
for Batman.
Or
you gotta give at least 10 bills.
Okay, what if I
Spider-Man.
give you
Spider-Man's a big
50
one.
bills and then 10% of the revenue cost? Like the revenue. that it makes.
50 billion?
Yeah.
50 billion?
No, mil.
I was about to say 500 mil. I don't know why
God,
we're
no.
negotiating.
Yeah, what's
No,
going on
that's
here?
what
Yeah.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They probably doing it at like the executive cost.
First
I
off,
agree.
they will never sell Batman.
Like-
And then for how many movies?
How much money y'all think Batman or Superman's gonna make at the box office?
I want to say either 700 to a bill. I'm shooting high.
I'm
shooting
going
high.
1.2 billion.
I'm shooting high.
Yeah.
1 point. Ooh.
I'm going 1.2.
Honestly, I can't
200
give too
million.
much.
Damn. That's the budget. Yo, damn.
I don't even think
we
it's
gonna
a
get on
budget.
that movie.
Go
I'm
to
going
Bill.
straight
I'll
to
go to
Netflix.
Bill.
Straight to Netflix.
I'll go 2 bill because I think
2 bill?
I think so.
Ooh.
Because
Okay.
Superman alone is one of those IPs anybody's gonna watch.
Yeah, and we
James Gunn is already established. He's gonna be up there.
credentials.
And this is the technical start of the DCU. I think not off rip, but progressively. Like I very, very it's just having high hopes. Who
I do
knows? It
wanna
could
see
be a
that.
bad movie.
I do want to
I mean,
see
what
that
did-
track.
But I got hopes that it's gonna be one of the best
What did
fucking
Snow White
superheroes
do?
ever.
Snow White did 130.
Okay, so I think we're in that ballpark.
130 mil?
I mean, well, this Snow White was,
Kill him.
The white was melted a little bit.
Shit, wasn't nothing white about that movie.
She looked like this couch.
Jesus.
Ooh, Snow White.
The
Rachel
Yeah.
Rachel Zellweger.
Yeah.
She is gorgeous.
Viva la
She
raza.
is.
Ooh, she is so fine.
She's
She all right.
she would seem like she'll talk your head off in bed.
All right. All right.
Hold on, wait. Okay.
Oh, wait.
I swear this last thing. All right, so do y'all think that
Why you guys like this
Vanessa-
fucking blind guy so much?
because we love blind
Because
people,
he's
bro?
cool and his name is Matt.
Yeah.
Boo!
Sexy
The only
man.
Matt
Yo,
we like here
every
is Matt
time,
Hardy.
every time I see Carly Cox outside, like doing some shit with some
Harley.
Charlie. I said Carly. All right, my bad. Every time I see Carly Cox outside doing some shit,
twice.
I know that time was for dramatic effect.
Okay.
I'll be like, yo, that this nigga is blind, bro. He is blind. He is really doing this character. Get your paper. But no, what I wanted to say is, do y'all think Vanessa betraying Kingpin?
No, I don't think so.
I think she
I
is.
think
they did it together.
No, I think they were setting up that guy.
Yeah, they did. That's what I'm saying.
Because-
Wait, setting up who?
The guy that got
Luca?
like
The
Luca.
Russian?
Yeah, I thought they were setting.
Oh.
I think they were setting up Luca because like Fisk was like text Vanessa and ask if she wants me to bring her something home, and I think he was doing it from Luca's phone. I think that like they set that up together because Luca was refusing to pay, and they were losing. Like Fisk has clearly gone back to his ways.
Yeah.
As we seen 2 episodes ago, the whole born again thing came true after Fisk brutally beat that regular man in the basement.
You know that man is in You? Have y'all ever seen You?
I've seen you.
He was the guy who was locked up in the cage.
This man-
that one kid.
Yeah, so he's
he
the same-
looks like a druggie.
Get us someone who's really good at being locked
It
up.
is Kid in Cage.
guy that always gets beat.
Wait,
Yeah, that is.
That's
he
him,
did
though?
do that, didn't he?
I don't remember anymore.
Yeah.
It wasn't. He's like a tweaking looking motherfucker. Yeah.
yeah, he was in Walking Dead too.
He was in something else. I can't think of what it was.
Gregory.
Man, this guy's everywhere.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I
Always-
don't know if
he
that was
is.
him.
Always playing a tweaker.
I gotta see.
Anyways, I like.
But anyway,
I do think that you after saying that.
I do think Vanessa betrayed her. I think he said that.
That's what I
because
was thinking at first.
He knows, and he's saying it to keep the charade up. And I think Fisk is doing his same shit, but I think he's just trying to go about it a different way.
The entire season, they've just been building that there's tension between them. Obviously,
yeah,
like
yeah.
they are not on the
Yeah.
same page.
No, I don't think. I I don't think that she was betraying him. I literally think that was a setup. I think they were working. I think she might betray him later on, but I think at that moment in time it was a setup for Luca because that kill was too clean. Like they knew, like Fist.
Then why was she using a burner phone?
She wasn't.
The number wasn't like saved or something. It was like
You think you saving your fucking
my girl
mob boss's number? That's just a number, so I can delete it and you can't track.
Well,
it
it's a theory. We're gonna see.
I don't know.
How many more episodes does it have?
One more, two more.
Two more.
Okay.
I just think that was a setup because that kill was too like Butch was hanging out in the darkness.
Why
like,
did he do it? Why did he send somebody else to do it?
That's his man.
Who, Luca?
Why did Luca do it?
Luca wanted to do it himself because they knew that the pride of that Irishman, bro. The pride.
See, all right, your leg gonna be sticking out. But
No,
yeah,
that's why I think it was, and he was just too calm about it.
Mm-hmm.
I just think, like, yeah, no, I think that was a setup for Luca.
All right.
I think they were working together on that one. 'Cause I think Fist back on his bullshit.
Persia.
He is.
Persia, do you want any comments about the show you haven't watched?
I wanted to know how many more episodes there were, so I
Two.
Two more.
can watch
Two more.
it.
Yeah, I think that a lot of this is a little bit more confusing because originally it's supposed to be 18 episodes,
Yeah.
but they've broken into 2 seasons, 9 each. So I think
So
that they,
the hour.
yeah, but I think they meant to write it like it was just.
So
one
season 2 isn't going to be its
season 2
own
is
thing anymore?
I don't know.
I thought it was just a continuation of.
From what I at least I heard that last episode was the cutoff from what the original thing was supposed to be, and now it's into the new shit to what they wrote. But
Yeah, it's confusing the way that this has gone.
We'll see Tuesday.
yeah,
I'm just happy to have him back.
yeah, no, exactly. Like,
Yeah, but
I can't. I'm
I
not
mean-
gonna try to expect it to be as good as the original.
No,
But
no, we just
I
got to be happy
really
with what
liked
we
it.
got.
I
just
really
stop,
liked it.
just
I
stop
do, for
wasting
the most part, I do like it.
Yeah,
for the
no,
most
I
part,
like
do like
it. I just after the
but
music.
there
it
will
pissed
be
me off.
gripes.
Our parlay hit.
Our parlay hit.
OV.
Nice. But speaking of
good shit.
devils,
Devil May Cry.
Da-na-na-na.
someone cue Limp Bizkit.
Put your hands up.
It's
Put your
Bro,
hands
the music
up.
in that fucking.
as somebody who has played every single Devil May Cry game, I love seeing good and yeah. We've been nerding out this whole episode. I really like it. I really like seeing that the anime is getting a lot of love. 2007 anime got a
I
lot.
didn't end up getting around to watching it, but
I didn't see it.
Twitter's been pissing me the fuck off
Well, what?
about it, man.
What?
People hate this shit, and I don't get it, man.
I've seen both because I've seen people who love it.
Bro, I haven't
I've
seen
seen
No,
people
people
I
love
have,
except,
but I'm
you know,
seeing more of like people hating it, and it's pissing me off because I'm the same way. I haven't played all the games. I'm not so in depth in the lore that I know absolutely everything. But as a kid, I played fucking Devil May Cry 4, fucking loved it. Played Devil May Cry 3, loved it. I've watched the
Oh, so
original
it doesn't
anime.
follow the lore.
No.
Not
doesn't follow the lore.
very good.
No.
Not very good. But
I don't expect that.
like it's an anime that just came out of nowhere and it wasn't even needed. Why do you care if it's that big a deal? If at least they have the character Dante that acts like Dante.
Wait a second. Fallout really doesn't follow like the whole lore of Fallout. It's kind of like tells its own story. I mean,
Well,
like it's some
so
sprinkled stuff in there.
The main things that people are pissed about is the character Lady. She is more of a side
I gotta see
character
this
that
shit.
doesn't
Sure.
really do too much while in the game. She has that cool ass gun and like kicks ass. That's one that I see people mad about. Another thing I see people, dude, this one was stupid as fuck. So when Dante went into his devil form, they played Nero's theme from the game,
Okay.
and then the voice actor is Nero. Or my bad, the voice actor plays Nero in Devil May Cry 4, and everybody was like, well, it should have just been Nero then. It's like you get like they're getting music from the. So another comparison that I saw was, what if Sonic came out and it started playing all the like Shadow song? I wouldn't give a shit as long as we got some shit from the games. As long as we're getting this fucking adaptation that looks good, at least is shown that the people care about, like, or at least are familiar with the source material and just telling a different kind of story about it. And more people are so mad of how inaccurate it is. Like another little scene was Dante fighting those two big guys, like the colored dudes.
Yeah, two demons.
Like, Shit. Nah, shit. I tried.
He ain't say color.
Yeah, no, I did. I tried thinking of some other way, but that's the only way
Clip
that
Lear's
came out.
reaction.
Yeah, they're not humanly colored.
Those
They're-
two darkies.
He said they're not humanly colored.
What did you do to this kid?
Solid save.
They're not humanly colored. But yeah, two colored.
But yeah,
what you talking about the red and the blue guy?
Yeah,
yeah.
people were mad because Dante was struggling to fight them, and in the
Yeah, nigga, I'll struggle fighting them.
in the game, but in the games he fights them and like just eases them so bad that they want to follow him. It's like, dude, these are nitpicks, and but these people are literally saying this is awful and that shouldn't even be made, and it's pissing me off.
And
man.
the other thing that I fucking I don't like that shit because these motherfuckers will review they will review bomb it.
Oh, yeah.
Just because of
Yeah,
that. So that will
100%.
bring down the rating.
Yeah, I mean, people are stupid and they don't realize what they're doing, and they think the only thing that matters is the things that matter to them, and they should probably just jump into traffic. But I think it was a great show. Fuck them. I've been
many
seeing some
episodes?
love for it. 8 episodes, 30 minutes each. Yeah,
I fucking
as a
love that
person who's played all of the games
Nerd.
and knows the lore decently, I didn't care. I was like, yeah, this is fun.
See,
I watched the original Devil May Cry anime then, fuckers.
So was his father's backstory, like the whole thing with Sparta and his mom, still accurate? Okay, I'm
To an extent.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch
what I really fucking like when it comes to like being good to source material, I get that, and we talk about it all the time. When something doesn't take it from the source or does take it from the source, we would prefer you to take it from the source. But we also mentioned if you're going to do your own thing, then at least do it good and entertainingly. And that's what I'm taking this, where I think the showrunner said on Twitter, or somebody that was big about creating the show, he said he sees the Devil May Cry universe as two different ways. One way as the timeline, the concurrent timeline from Devil May Cry 1 to 5, and then just the fun, like a comic booky version, where it's like we just tell a different kind of telling of it. And as long as you are keeping the characters true to what they were, then what do you care about the fucking story? It's fucking the Sonic movies, bro. Like,
it. Sonic
oh
movie?
my god, not at all.
I kind of
Not at all
would
what
even
the
say
source
like
material
Last of Us. Like Last of Us isn't like accurately the video game. It's kind of like a little bit
fairly good accuracy.
I think
It's
it is.
fairly, it's fairly
I
on
think it
par.
is.
But I mean, they
But that
did
gay
say
storyline
when
was
they
pretty heavy.
took liberties, they did it like they added to like that storyline was different than what was in the comic, or what was in the game. But in the game, those characters didn't even matter really. Like they were like side characters. They expounded on
Well,
that.
even
made
with
it-
Ellie's mom, like even showing Ellie's mom and how she is immune to the virus and everything, they didn't show that in the game. They showed that in the movie.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
in the show.
Which was a very, very good way.
And
to
her
really
mother
cool.
wasn't immune.
Excuse me.
Her mother wasn't immune.
No, why she?
I was about to
wasn't-
say her mother died from that.
It was-
I got confused.
And then they had the voice actor for Ellie in the games play the mother, and that was cool.
See?
That was really
But
cool.
no, I agree. But the show overall, I mean, I loved it from start to finish. The CGI villains was a little hard
Yeah.
at first.
Yeah, that
to
was
get
weird
used
to me. I don't understand why
Yeah.
they do that.
I don't
Like I don't
look
get
weird in
why
the
they.
game.
It's like they'll have the animated person fighting a CGI person. Like why?
The
are
only
you
thing I
doing
think
that?
of is just time constraints.
Dante moves.
That's what I
was.
said.
Dante moves cool though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dude, when he
I'm
was
so
fighting
hard.
regular animated people, those fight scenes were fire.
Yeah, everything
fire.
I've seen
And even
those
when he was
was
fighting the
cool.
CGI guys, his fight scenes were fire.
they were
he
good.
used the fucking motorcycle as a sword.
Oh yeah, I love
That shit was fire. Episode 6 though.
You keep hyping that up.
Episode 6
I'm
is
definitely
once
gonna watch it
Persia
after
gets
this.
back, he'll also say things about episode 6, but I think he's going to use the little ladies' room.
Yep.
But episode 6, man, there's only dialogue towards the end of the episode.
So
Nice.
Other than that, it is just like a song
it's one
playing,
of them episodes.
and it's just visual depictions of these two different people and how their paths have crossed and what led them to where they're at now.
That's sick.
And like the destruction and the fucking just torture that leads up to
How
it.
many episodes are there?
8.
Nice, okay.
And but episode 6 was gorgeous because like at the beginning, first off, it's like not even the like regular intro or anything, if I'm not mistaken. But at the beginning, there's like I said, there's no dialogue. They just throw you right into it. And it's like at first you're like seeing Lady's fucking backstory, and then they switch over to the villain's backstory, White Rabbit, which it was seamless switch that I thought it was Lady still. I was like, hold on, why her hair changed? And then it would go back and forth between the two of them. And then, spoiler alerts, sorry guys, but White Rabbit enters the demon realm. And when he enters the demon realm, the whole artwork switches up.
Oh, word.
And the artwork is kind of like that of Beyond the what's the show called from Cartoon Network? Beyond the Pines or Beyond the
Gray Pines or something. I know what you're talking
yeah.
about.
The artwork is similar to that, if I'm not mistaken. It was like black circles around the eyes, like sketch. Like it was very hard lines. The artwork was completely different, and it was so dope. And you're watching it from these. You're watching both of them be raised into who they are and why. So it was like one of the most beautiful episodes I've seen where you understand these characters and why they do what they do and why they are the way they are. So where like, you have Thanos in Endgame and like half his planet was his planet was destroyed because they ran out of resources and stuff like that. So he was like, we need to eliminate half of the population in the universe. And you're like, oh, well, that makes sense. Cool. Yeah. But it's like you get it to that point. In this, you watch the White Rabbit, you see what he has tried to do, you've seen what he's been through, and then by the end, you're like, nah, I get it. Like,
okay.
Like you're going about it the wrong way right now, but I get why you're going about it the wrong way, and I understand why you got there. Like, you kind of, in a sense, root for him as well.
Okay.
For me, because like, and I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but I will.
No, go ahead, you got to.
Because he was a foster child and they put him into a foster home. And
Foster children go.
well, and like most foster homes, from what I've heard, he gets beat. The older brothers beat on him, the parents beat on him. And
Why
like
don't nobody want these used kids, bro? Why they keep on beating on these kids? Like, what is that?
I don't know. Anyway, the only thing that would make him happy was reading Alice in Wonderland. And one day while he was hanging out outside the fire escape of his window, a portal to the demon realm opened and he went in. And what?
So Daima.
He saw Goku.
Son Goku. He went to the demon realm and then he he was like, fuck that. I'm out of there. Like, I'd rather be in here. And mind you, the demon realm had been at war for.
So you'd rather be in the demon realm than
yes, bro. But mind you, in the demon realm has been in war for millennia. So the air was polluted and poisoned and shit like that. So he gets in there and he gets like attacked by this demon beast, and he gets knocked out. And like they're called Makais, and the Makai save him, and they bring him to shelter in the city, and they start raising him, and he starts hanging out with them, and like he finds like these crystals that kind of trigger the portals to open to break the rift between worlds. So he ends up creating like this little device that can kind of even out the wavelength between the two realms to open up portals. So the Makais are refugees, and they're the ones who are being attacked and driven out of their land in the demon realm. So he ends up, like, as he gets older, like one of his childhood friends dies from the poisoning in the air, and that fucks him up. So he ends up opening portals, and he ends up sneaking Makai into the human realm to be refugees. And then
Wait, that's the villain?
yes. Listen, while he's doing that, like while you're learning his backstory, you're seeing Lady's backstory. And her dad, when she was younger, they were attacked by a demon, and like they barely got out of it alive, and they tried to report it. And when they tried to report it, the police were like, bro, you're crazy, because people like don't believe in demons yet.
Wait, hold on. There was a one part.
Which part? Because I might already
When they saw the demon, this stupid little bitch pulled out her little fake gun. She was like,
I'm going to eradicate all demons.
because they
and then her mom ran and was like, get your stupid ass over here.
Aaron
And then-
Yeager ass.
And then, but her dad didn't move.
yeah. And the mom said that.
She said that. He was like, I need to do my research to protect this family. She was like, to protect, like, just like you did when at the train station.
Bitch, nigga.
He didn't hit her. He didn't hit her.
No, he didn't hit her, but he looked at her. He was like, it doesn't matter what you think of me.
Yeah. But like you see Lady getting raised in the house, like the dad starts neglect.
I didn't hear what he said. You don't
Said
got
a sexless marriage. Boy,
Yo, that's
her
so
shit
fucked.
dried up permanently
That
after that in perpetuity.
Oh yeah, yo, she
But
ain't never
anyway,
looking at you the
so
same.
you see Lady getting raised in that household where her dad is obsessed with like finding a way to stop demons and kill them. So she sees, like, in her mind, from my point of view, is like demons have consumed him in more ways than one, because he ends up he ends up injecting himself with demon blood.
Oh.
And then he becomes a demon.
Oh. Research.
He's trying to counter, like, find a way to fight demons because humans don't have the strength to do that.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So he becomes a demon and then kills his wife. And then
Bitch, you remember what you said that one day?
he goes to kill Lady, but then the house sets on fire and like he dies in the fire and she gets out.
Oh, he a
whatnot.
weak-ass demon.
So
He not
then
on fire.
she gets into foster care, but she has a fine childhood with it, I'm assuming. Then she goes to Darkcom, which is the demon hunting corporation. They only hire orphans. You figure that out at the end. And they're strictly to kill demons. So the reason this is in this episode, because the White Rabbit, you find out in the episode before that, has a strong hatred for Darkcom. His whole point of this is to destroy Darkcom.
Yeah.
That's the White Rabbit's whole purpose, is to take out and
You
eradicate
don't sound like a
Darkcom.
villain to me.
Bro,
Well.
watch the first few episodes. But so you find out later on, years past, she's in Darkcom, she's running fucking task force, eradicating demons and shit, and he's bringing in refugees. Well, Darkcom gets kind of like a notice that demons, not refugees, are coming through a portal in this warehouse. So as he's like bringing them to this portal, they end up getting attacked by a fucking big ass demon in the demon realm. So he's like, we gotta go, rush. And while they're rushing into the portal, that warehouse is already set up by Darkcom. So they got soldiers, fucking guns pointed at the portal. And so everyone rushes in and they got guns pointed at them. So they went from one danger to the next.
Literally, not even just from, like, on both sides of the portal, there's a threat.
Yeah.
Like an immediate threat. Like there's
Yeah.
the monster
very
chasing
realistic.
them. There's the monster chasing them, and then when they run out, there's people with guns shooting at them.
Well, they
So
weren't shooting yet.
they immediately started shooting.
No, because they
put their hands
they
up.
put their hands up. It was when the monster came out and bit them. The monster came out from the portal and ate some of the refugees in the back, and that's when Darkcom was like, "Fuck that fire!" So they just started shooting and killing all of them, and they threw a grenade. So everyone he was trying to save,
Everybody died.
all of them
Jesus
died
fucking
by the
Christ.
humans.
See,
And then he didn't
America.
he didn't have a, like, he just kind of, he survived, but he was just like, he went like the Joker. Like he was
He
just
went
like,
insane.
he just lost. He started cracking up. He was just like,
But like in a sense, it was because for me, there was nowhere safe for these people,
Option.
and he was in his mind these people. He didn't call himself human because he technically was human.
he was a foster kid.
no, I mean, he told her,
They're humans.
he said he was human
They're
when
human.
he came across. But
Yeah,
like,
but
when-
later on when he's the White Rabbit,
he
he
refers to himself as like a Makai, but like that shit was crazy. But like the thing that's why I texted that in the group chat. I'm not gonna say what I texted in the group chat because I don't want the FBI to see it. But
I'm pretty sure they already saw it.
They got your number.
but
They
like,
got
bro,
you and your former name,
like
formerly
like,
known as.
I think that seeing shit like that just drives me fucking crazy, bro, because it's so accurate to how people really fucking are. And then,
Yep.
bro, this shit is fucked up. This might be something to say off camera, but like I'm gonna say it anyway.
Okay, all right.
You know, because we not at
You about to
high.
say the R word?
No, we not at high number of views anymore at this point yet. So hopefully nobody sees this.
They go.
But they will. But bro, it was reflective. You bitch ass nigga. Fuck you, Jack Black ass nigga.
I got a song coming out.
You Jack Black
about
ass
to
nigga.
blackball me from playlists,
Bro,
Jack Black, you.
bro, no, the military, bro. I said this shit before. Like the police and the military by default cannot be on the right side of things. Because like but it's because they work for the government. The government tells you what to do. So like that part in the part in the show, like obviously you're talking about it like a fiction, but it's like
Oh, right.
it's so accurate
Showing
to what really happens. Is like, bro, there was a part where the girl is like, she's the highest in command at the time. So she's like, we're going to save these people. And then they're like, okay, we're going to save these people. And then the vice president comes, nah, kill them all. And then they were like, the same people they just saved, they turned around and killed.
Why you
Like,
think they try to
kids and all.
demonize? Why you try to think they try to demonize who's on the other side of the war? That we're
they
fighting?
do. Like, that's
Yeah.
what, like you
Make them
have to,
subhuman.
they don't have a choice. And then it's like when and then to their defense, or in their defense, you literally don't have a choice, because when you signed up for this, you gave your rights
Bro,
up.
there's literally a quote by Jimi Hendrix in a song called Machine Gun, where he opens up the song and says, evil man make me kill you, evil man make you kill me.
Yes.
Even though we're only families apart.
I thought
That
about
shit's crazy.
this like, now this is a really like bare bones kind of concept, because at the end of the day, with the world we live in, you need a military, obviously, but the concept of a military already invites conflict. Like the fact that you need a police force. Like, don't get me wrong, it's needed because there's fucking some people out there, man. But just that concept alone, is like, damn.
We used to only have rocks, you know.
Yeah.
But
Man,
it's
they
like,
used to fuck
no,
stuff
that, I
up
mean,
with the
that's real. But like the problem is that, like, obviously they're not vigilantes. They literally work for the government.
Right.
So wherever the government tells them to go, like, bro, whenever you so the police is one thing, but like the military
100%
has been turned
Yes.
on civilian populations multiple times, like especially after after
Vietnam,
slavery, after like during civil rights things, they send the National Guard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
go
what was that one town?
Oklahoma.
Was that Elaine?
massacre.
Say again.
Was it Elaine? Was that the name of the town?
That sounds familiar.
Where it was like 3,000 black people were killed because they just wanted to have rights.
White people thought that
Thank you for bringing that.
so they were. They were sharecropping, and they were.
Wait, that was Tulsa massacre?
No, this one was a different
this
one.
was a different one.
okay.
But like they were.
Sorry, this was a different massacre of black people.
There was
Jesus
they
Christ.
were sharecropping, and then they were having meetings basically because they wanted to confront the farm owners,
The
or
whites.
landowners, about raising their pay. And white people saw this and were like, oh, they're planning to overthrow us. Like, so then they called the police. They instantly started massacring. They called
They
the
killed
National
like
Guard.
3,000
the
people
Nation-
because
so it's
they're
like-
having meetings.
So literally,
They won't teach you that in school, by the way.
you can't be on the right side of things. Like it literally depends on who's in power. Because like you got to think, there are people in the fucking military right now who have been in the military for let's say 16 years. So they've seen flip-flopping, and they've had to like contradict things that they've had to do. So it's like, okay, when Obama's in here, you got to do this. When Trump takes over, you got to do this. When Biden takes over, you got to go back to doing this.
Yeah.
Now
When Biden
Trump's
takes
back,
over,
so now
you
you got to
kinda
go
just
back to
forget what
doing
you're
what you were doing. So it's like it's just it's
you
fucked
cooked
up.
right.
It's fucked up. Like, but that's what was pissing me off in that, because you're watching that and it is reflective of like humanity. I was reading this fucking book. Go ahead. Go ahead. So I was reading this book, and the guy was talking about how, Seja was talking about this shit, and she was like about the hypnosis, and like that's what he talks about hypnosis in the book, Psycho-Cybernetics. It's the same one I was talking to you about, but he was saying how he made a point basically that was like, most people are already hypnoptized. Like, you're hypnotized by your own thoughts.
100%.
And like he
God's minds, nigga.
3-6 Mafia.
Hey, I fuck with him though.
So
Would you shouty?
so he was saying like you know like he quoted some hypnotist, but like the hypnotist said like, most people want to come to me and be hypnotized so that I can make their lives better. But what most people actually need is to be dehypnotized from their own thoughts and get a dose of reality.
Yep.
Because
Touch grass, nigga.
like, so then for real though, because
For
it's
layman's
like
term, yeah.
when you what I saw in that show like reiterated that thought, because it's like at that part where Mary was like they hid her from the demon. The normal demons hid her from the
Makai.
evil guy, and he opened the door. She put a fucking gun in his face. Like that's what it is, and that, like you can see that in real life. But it's like you have an idea about what this is that prevents you from seeing what it actually is. Like, which I mean, in that moment, she got like that.
The fog got lifted.
The fog got lifted in that moment, but in general, like that was what caused that. That's what created the white rabbit in the first place. You didn't ask any questions. You didn't see what they were doing. Like nothing made you question what was happening.
Bro, that was my whole thing that I've been complaining about a lot lately. Because it's not only in that, but it's in every type of media.
Bro,
is people
it's a
don't
Black
ask
Mirror.
questions first, and that's what I like so much. And I brought it up before. And I think that's the only time they've ever done it in Tom Taylor's Superman run with Jonathan Kent. He's like, let's ask first when he runs into a new villain. He's like, well, let's ask. Let's see what the problem is. And if we can help them with their problem, they probably won't act like this. And they do that. And I'm like, bro, yes. Because most times, like Mr. Freeze, he's mad because his wife can't get treated due to healthcare problems. Yeah. Luigi. Free Luigi, by the way.
Luigi.
But like,
He getting the death penalty.
I hope he don't. But it's like, bro, if you just stop to ask questions, we can avoid.
That's literally
so much.
that's literally the same thing. What happened in this is the same thing that happened in Invincible with Megamind. Like,
Oh, yeah, dude,
literally
100%.
exactly.
When you said
100%.
Megamind, I went straight to the movie.
He punched the fuck out of Megamind.
No, it was literally the same exact
Yeah,
situation. Like
Invincible does that a lot.
any context clues or whatever, but that's why I was saying that shit about the hypnotization, because it's like you just made up your mind that these things are this.
Yeah.
And like, so you don't need to ask questions because you already know, don't you? You fucking retard. Sorry.
Got to bleep that too. You have to please put that.
What's God?
114.
So, yeah, we're bleeping that too. We got to bleep these.
Bro,
things
it's a
because we
whole
want-
Black Mirror episode of that, of the people taking like it's something that's in their head that makes them look at their the people they're killing as like aliens, but like something
yeah.
gets scrambled, and then they start seeing them.
Oh,
as
the
people.
military one.
Yeah.
The military one. And it was the government.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's the government.
Yeah, of course.
Bro, that shit is disturbing. Like
It is, it
like,
really is.
But that's what made me so mad about it, was because like I'm watching this and I can see the direct fucking parallel to
I
real
read a
life.
book about this.
Like, bro,
fuck.
like I remember that I was glad that I read that in that fucking book, because I was like, that makes sense, and that's really is how some people are. Because like when you see it, I've seen that so much with like political shit, where like I like, I can't remember. There was something that I saw. I don't even remember what it was about. And I like commented on it. And then some guy replied, and this was about one issue. It was some social issue. I can't remember what it was. But then the guy replied and he was like, yeah, is that why you people are trying to take away our guns? I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yo,
I was
when
like,
is Persia gonna come to your house and take your gun away?
I like guns. Like, what the fuck? But it's like,
Black people.
It wasn't. It was. He was talking about liberals, but it's like what I'm talking about.
Black people.
But what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is like, where? So you came into this like you're just. I said this to him too. I was like, you just have an idea and you just project that idea onto whoever you see that you think might
That's
be.
what happens
like,
when you can't think for
Come on,
yourself.
said she
Yeah,
wanted
it's
to
like-
keep her guns.
like
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, bro, like, so that's how people go through life. Like you don't even get to know the person, or like you don't ask any questions. You don't know anything about the person. Like say like it's Wes, and then Wes is like, oh, like I'm conservative, so I'm like, yeah, you know, those Griffiths shouldn't be able to get married. And then
Griffiths.
and then Wes
Oh
is like,
no, multiple.
Wes is like, oh well, you know, gay people should get married. Like, what's the problem? So then you just apply everything that you think about people that think that way to this person.
Yeah, I work with conservatives, and the ones that I work with are fairly accepting to the people around them. They just have certain beliefs that don't align with other people's beliefs.
Yeah, but
And
it's like,
not, they're not to the extreme like some of the ones that you've met.
yeah,
It's
like
same
you're
with
trying to put them
liberals,
in
I
a
think,
box.
maybe.
Like you're trying to put them in a box.
Right.
Like
Not everybody's
like,
in a box, bro, except for Barbie.
facts.
Get her out
But
there.
like it's like oh, so I mean that's the same thing as like, okay, you're conservative. You say you're conservative, so that automatically means you're a racist.
They'll
Like,
automatically
right.
make you hate gays.
like or anything.
Yeah, it's
like
not that at
there's a lot of shit that like there are literally gay conservatives.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There's
Yeah.
Antonio.
fucking
Super weird, but I feel
everybody.
it.
Antonio's
Like,
gonna kill
Yeah,
you,
that's-
bro. Antonio's gonna kill you.
Don't make it this far.
But that makes me remind. Now, do you guys know like the Jubilee like
Yeah,
conversations?
yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about from the
I
X.
saw
Yeah,
I saw
I know.
one.
I
where
was like, yeah,
it was the one guy versus all those Trump supporters.
Yeah,
I thought he was talking about the Jew.
there's a fuck ton. Like every single one is about like the same thing. But the most recent one I saw was it was an at now. I don't know the doctor. I didn't look him up. I can't confirm that he's a doctor. But in this context, he's a medically professional, got a certification. He's a doctor talking with anti-vaxxers. He's talking with somebody that says, so if vaccines are supposed to help people, why are people dying? The guy was like, well, vaccines aren't meant to cure or they're not 100%. And then the guy's like, well, why are people dying? He's like, because they're not 100%.
Yo, how did he keep a straight face saying
And
that?
then the guy was like, because that conversation was about RFK being the head leader of the department, and the doctor was like, but RFK says like the vaccines don't do this. This doesn't like make sense. Like just a lot of weird shit. And then the guy was like, well, like why? No, the doctor's point was, what makes you want to trust him just because he's the head of it? And then the guy's like, yeah, he's the head. And then he's like, but he's not a doctor. And the guy was like, well, like, why else would he be the head of it? He's saying these things. And then the doctor told him, he's like, he literally said, is there anything that I could say that can change the way that you are thinking of?
No.
And the response was, no, because
Yes!
he said because I know what I know. I've done my research. I'm already
I'm
knowledgeable
a doctor.
about this. Exactly. And it's like,
bro,
I'm in
like,
debt for this shit.
bro, I'm sorry.
Jesus,
not to make it too philosophical, bro. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
came to that conclusion where it's like I low key in Attack on Titan, Armin came to that conclusion.
Yeah.
At the end.
Oh, yeah.
Where like he was like Armin is a peace-loving person, but even he had to realize that there's a certain point where you can't reason
can't
with
get to them.
someone who doesn't want to reason with you.
Yeah, that's Bob
There's-
Airport.
No, like there's nothing you can do. And so what do you do if someone wants to kill you? You don't want to kill them, but they won't talk to you. And like that, like you can't like that. It was like I used to think like that. Like I used to be like, okay, maybe you can really just talk everything out.
See, yeah,
That's
same.
very
Oh my God.
naive.
Yep, it is.
And it's not because of you, it's because the other person has free will. They don't have to believe
Yep.
anything they don't want to believe. That's like that's even if it's true. Even if it's true, that's the thing that's fucking drives us crazy about social media. And that's the fucking thing.
yeah.
Like, bro, people can believe whatever the fuck they want to believe, and they don't have to believe anything else. Like, they will convince themselves of something, even if it's not true, and they will fight to, like, they will ignore anything that that invalidates that thing. They will seek out things that do validate that thing. And even if they have to make it up, they will make it up to validate that thing.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Damn, that sounds like yeah.
bro, like people can believe whatever the fuck they want to believe, and that is why, like, also, it's kind of fucked up. That's why I said like I don't want to get too political, but it's like when you think about like in Attack on Titan, Armin said that shit about Commander Erwin too, where he was like Jean was criticizing him for what they did to try and catch the female Titan.
Oh yeah,
And he was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
how many people had to die and blah, blah, blah. And Armin was like, no, he did the right thing. Like, how was he supposed to know? Like, you have to make a decision. Like, you, and like, it's fucked up to think about it this way because we don't like a lot of times, most times we don't like who our leader is. But like, if you're going to be a leader, you have to make decisions that
Of
you
course.
think are best.
Of course,
Like,
sir.
because you can't take you can't take into consideration everything that everybody thinks. Like it's like because everybody doesn't think the same thing, and like you can't even put people on a side. Like when you really start paying attention, like what we were saying, when you think of conservative people, there are conservative people who agree on everything except for race. Like they're like like people that like date interracially, but they're conservative, and then there are completely racist ones, and then like they will agree on everything, but they'll fight on that subject. And because they don't disagree on that subject, they can't even see that they agree on other things.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying, or even like liberals are the same way. Like if you liberals are kind of more annoying to me.
You're finally catching up.
Like,
We'll leave it alone.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying.
I said that shit to Mike like 2 years ago.
But that's what I'm saying. But it's because like okay, okay, I agree with you on Palestine. I agree with you on gay rights. I don't agree with you that nobody should be a billionaire. Fuck you! You're a piece of shit. Like blah 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 blah.
Bro, they will hate you.
Like literally,
they will condemn you.
But that's
because you don't agree with one thing.
But that's what I'm saying. Like there's a spectrum to everything. So it's like you can't make a decision based on
it's not black and white.
It's not black and white at all. So it's when you get in that position, you have to make whatever you think is the best decision, and that generally is not good for most people. Like most people, I remember like we watched do you guys know the show Mindhunters?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I hear it's great.
In Mindhunters, there was a scene. I never forgot that shit. I only watched it once, and I remember this part. There was a female psychologist that came on to their team, and she said that they were saying something about the president, and she said like something about to be the president you have to be a sociopath, and then he was like you think every president is a sociopath, and she was like you think it's possible to become one if you're not? Because like when you think about it, like, and I remember reading something about JFK where JFK or his wife said that he would cry every time he read something about an American soldier dying or something like that.
Why he couldn't cut it?
But it's like,
pussy.
It's like
he had to blow out.
Literally, for you to be in that level of power, you either have to be the biggest empath in the world or a huge sociopath where like you don't care about anything. Like, huh?
That's why he was cheating, fucking the mayor of Monroe. Shoot, he couldn't.
Well, Joe Rogan said something interesting actually about that shit, where he said like he was talking about JFK, and he said that he was saying like how someone in that position, like a world leader, is either doing it for one of two reasons. Like they're either a pussy hound or they want power, and you want the guy that wants the pussy. Like, because the guy that wants the power is gonna fuck shit up. Like Netanyahu is a power person. Like he don't give a fuck about anything. He's trying to overthrow the government in Israel.
You said Yahoo?
Netanyahu. He's the
I thought you were talking about the milk
fucking
company. That's Yoo-hoo. That's Yoo-hoo. My bad.
He's the guy in Israel that's doing all this shit.
Oh,
but like someone like him doesn't. He'll burn the whole fucking world down. Like,
damn, what about the pussy, bro?
Like you want the nigga that's gonna do this shit for the hoes. Like this nigga, like you see me out here. You know what I'm saying? Like
singing that Mr. President shit.
For real though, because as far as we know, like JFK is one of the few presidents that had like any kind of a moral standing and like that kind of thing. Yeah, and they got his ass the fuck out of here.
Pop go
like,
Weasel.
Car 98.
But like, but all that is to say, like, yeah, like that is true, and it's like if there's nothing you can do, to convince the other person, you can only fight him, because in reality that's what happened in the show. That's why he turned like that, because like
Devil May Cry.
Yes, that's what happened in the show, because he tried to talk to them. He put his hands up, and he told everyone to put their hands up. He was trying to explain what was happening, and they was just like boo, 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 like
lit them up.
So it's like it's fucked up, but it's like that. I think that's why I like anime, to be honest, because anime goes into the depths of that conflict. How a lot of times like you don't have a choice, and like shit is not so black and white. Shit is like really like there's a reason for why these people are the way they are, and it's not because they're evil. I know, like you said before, like you like a lot of villains. You like when villains are evil. Like when they do a good one, like the guy's evil just because he's
like
evil.
Knives,
but like
Knives from Scott Pilgrim,
Knives from Trigun.
I was thinking that too.
No.
But even Knives was making good points. He was like, you know, like you love people, but people can't go a century without fighting. Like they can't go to century without like some huge.
Yeah, but
war.
he started off psychotic.
Yeah, he
killed a bunch of people who were asleep.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, fuck y'all. But
Kill some sleeping people.
But all that is to say, like when you think about it like that shit is fucked up, and that's why I didn't like that, because that was the same reason at the ending. Did you get to the end? Did you get to?
They didn't watch it.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but
damn, my bad. Yeah, well,
I'm not worried about spoilers.
This shit was. I started laughing.
Bro,
at this part.
this is when I sent that text. Somehow the vice president ends up with the button thing that the rabbit created to open portals. Nigga opened a portal, instantly started nuking. Send bombs
I did see
right
that.
through that.
I saw that.
Fucking
Just
U.S.
start-
Army goes in, tanks.
Just start,
Yeah,
bro,
I
and
saw
it's
that.
like all the people that they're encountering are like refugee, like they're normal
They're
Makai,
just
like
killing the
they're not
civilians.
like the monsters, like they're whatever, they're not like what they are. So it's like it's that
Very on brand.
that shit pissed me off so bad, because that is true. Like, bro, when you think about it, think about this. You would understand this. I've thought about this multiple times.
Why him?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
that is actually why. Because when you think about it, think about how like when minorities, or even you can apply this with refugees, you can apply this with like when black people or like any minority tries to move out of the suburbs. Think about this. Using that example, the black people one. Black people live in the hood with dangerous people in the hood. They want to leave the hood to get away from the dangerous people. White people in the suburbs see black people as those dangerous people. So you're assuming that this person who's trying to escape this life is that life, and they're gonna bring that life out here. So you try to prevent them from being able to leave.
Lower that property value.
It's just like that with immigrants right now. Like not
It is.
even
It was literally a
same-
perfect
not
metaphor.
even
Same
illegal immigrants, even registered immigrants that have came here legally and done the process, and even people trying to come here legally through the process are getting deported or canceled. It's like what's the fucking point? It's not about being illegal. It's not about being illegal. It's not about the crime. It's not about the felony.
It's not like so. Like you gotta think in that example. Like, bro, think about the people that are trying to escape. Like what? Like so, I can't. If I stay here, I'm in danger. I'm pretty sure Tupac said something like this before. But it's like you stay in the hood, you're in danger. You move, you're in danger because like they don't want you there. So it's like you're just fucked. So like just for existing. Like
Yep.
because it's like it's not. There's a if you like look at the FBI, like the FBI puts out statistics and shit like that. And they said this in Mindhunter too. The most dangerous person, like if you're gonna go based on race, you are most likely to be killed by someone of the same race. Like because unless it's racially motivated, people don't cross racial lines when they kill. Like
Yeah.
there was an interesting thing about that in Mindhunter, which is like they only said that because there was a serial killer that killed like he did cross racial lines, but it was because he was in the military, and in his mind everyone in the military was the same. So he didn't see himself as black, he saw himself as a military person. So he was killing people in the military.
That's crazy.
So all that is to say, like, you think that these people are the danger when the danger is people that look like you fucking idiot. But like, you're not like, what are you supposed to do in that scenario? Like, there's nothing you can do. And that does apply. You unless except for fight, like you have to fight these people because they're not willing to understand you. That's why like Malcolm X was the way he was.
Yeah.
Like,
I understand.
Reading his autobiography, he really.
Side quote
did
that's kind of like related to that.
people-
You see that one video recently, this like conservative lady was interviewing somebody on the street, and just like
yeah.
she was trying to give an answer back, but the conservative lady is completely like, no, but this bullshit. And she just fucking waxed her,
Damn,
dude.
really?
Like, yeah, the
Yeah,
person she was
it's
interviewing just fucking waxed
it's
her.
two
and
black
that
girls.
Guy. Yeah.
Yeah, gotta see it.
Damn.
He just said,
I
fuck
haven't
this,
seen
I'm
that.
done talking. You know what? Like, it wasn't even a build up to it. She wasn't even like getting aggressive or anything. She just said her point. The person interviewing said her point, and then she just bam. I
Wow.
was like,
Jesus
Sometimes that's what
Christ.
happens.
All right,
and not justifying it, like not at all, but you push people that way if you are not giving them that app.
Yeah, like there's not, it's just crazy. Like watching that shit, anything that reminds you of that is like is crazy. But it's like that also reminded me of that part in Attack on Titan at the end where where like the leader of the Marlians said something like you know, we have been acting on hate for 100 years, and now that hate is looking us back in the face. It's coming right back at us. Because that's what happened. That's oftentimes what happens. Like
Yeah.
like
Retaliation.
bro, I was saying earlier, bro, when America crumbles, whenever that is, it might be in 100 years. It might be in 5 days. We
I
never
gotta get
know.
my Switch first.
But like,
Yeah, let that Switch 2 drop. I
but
wanna
when
play Mario World.
whenever America crumbles, it's gonna be like Drake versus Kendrick, bro, and we're gonna be the Drake.
Who's the family matters?
All the country, all these other countries gonna be the Pusha T's and the Weekends and ASAP Rocky.
We've been waiting for this.
Like, yeah, we
Get
couldn't
somebody
wait.
5 Nobel
Fucking
Peace Prize.
France gonna come in and be like, man,
What what's France gonna do? Give up?
huh?
So what's France gonna do? Give up?
They're the J. Cole's.
Damn.
they're
Don't
gonna
you dare
apologize.
compare France to
Nick, do
J.
you
Cole.
think-
China's Kanye.
No, hey, no. Before we do our thing, before we sign out,
Yes.
I want to do something
Yeah.
I want to do
real quick.
Okay.
We're gonna call it right now our Comics Corner.
Yeah.
Had a whistle just now, Comics Corner, and I'm gonna talk about some things I've read recently that I really enjoy. Real quick, Daredevil, Cold Day in Hell.
Very good.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Great,
Very good.
very good. Takes place in a more futuristic era where all the superheroes have lost their powers, it seems, and some shit goes down. A green mist pops up, and
Still blind?
he's still blind with no
Man,
power. So now he's just
no
a regular
wins.
blind man, and they show that for a second too.
Yeah,
He's
he is
struggling
just
with
normal.
it. But we're gonna learn more about why they're like that. But he just got his powers back.
You got a walking stick?
He does. And they threw it at him, and he missed catching it, hit him in the face.
That's embarrassing.
They
Close
robbed
the
him.
comment.
They did rob him.
Close that bitch up.
They robbed him. But that was good. Daredevil Cold Day in Hell was great. They released 3 new heroes from the Absolute Universe.
New ones? Oh,
They got Absolute Flash, Green Lantern, and Martian
oh
Manhunter.
right.
Flash
Yeah.
look dope.
All 3 were fan-fucking-tastic.
I didn't know Martian Manhunter was part of that.
Martian Manhunter was the best one in my opinion.
Because that one is the
Was
most
that what you sent us
unique.
yesterday?
Yes,
That's
that
the
one
like,
was
most unique looking comic I've
crazy
ever
good.
seen.
It's so good. All 3 were great. But Martian Manhunter, it was like, I don't know, it was like watching someone disassociate. Like, he just kept neglecting his family and his job because some shit was just going on in his head and he couldn't understand it. Like, it seemed like he was just remembering slowly who he actually is, which is crazy. I don't know yet. We're only on issue 1. But that shit was crazy. Green Lantern, Absolute Green Lantern was crazy. Fucking Hal Jordan's the villain, it seems like.
Ooh.
But he doesn't want to be. It looks great. The Flash, Barry Allen, fucking checks out. Issue 1, love that.
Thinking about he dies?
Yep.
So who's the Flash of that?
Wally West.
Oh.
Wally West.
Oh,
Wally West is the Flash.
Okay.
But
You
yeah,
can't have multiple niggas
But also,
running that
like-
fast in one universe, bro.
it's
You can't-
crazy.
That's such a big like
What if they-
divide
what if
between
they run
Wally
into
West
each other?
and
And I abuse the fuck out of my power.
Hell yeah, nigga.
We know you would. But yeah, so a lot of good stuff. Bug Wars I've been reading. They're only on 2 issues so far, I think, but that's really interesting.
Bug Wars?
Yeah,
You get to
dude.
the West Side?
Bro, this kid's dad like died and like bugs ate him from the inside out. It's crazy. They show it. It's fucking disgusting. But he ends up shrinking down. Like the kid's obsessed with bugs. His brother hates bugs because his brother's the one who walked in on his dad's dead corpse in the basement with bugs just like,
Don't come in here. I'm doing something. Dad, you winning? That nigga dead. That nigga exoskeleton.
that shit was good though. But it's so funny though. Like it's so good, but it's so funny because like you're reading the first few pages and there's this epic battle going on. Epic as fuck, right? Between the ants and the like, I think it was ants and like beetles or some shit. And like
It's like
they're
Ants the movie.
Kind of, but it was like they're like humanoid. They're like humanoid, and then there's like regular like bugs.
I
and
was
there's
genuinely
humanoid
thinking
ones,
of
and
real
it's-
little bugs.
They're like murdering each other. It is pure bloodshed, and then all of a sudden the great wind comes, and you just learn they're in the front yard, and the great wind is a lawnmower that sucked them up.
That's awesome.
And it's so fucking
I love
funny
that.
because like to them it's the whole world, but to you it's the front yard of someone's house.
That's how fucking ancient Greeks were.
But what?
That's
They
literally
was in
how the
someone's
ancient
yard?
Greeks were. No, they thought that's what they thought.
Oh,
they were like,
yeah.
like,
Well, yeah,
they thought where they were was the entire world.
Bro, it's so funny. But then the human does shrink down and joins the fight.
Honey, I shrunk.
But it's just, but he's just in his front yard.
That's dope
But
as
it's
fuck.
like it's so good. I'm only 2 issues in. There's only 2 issues out right now, but it's so good. But that part, when you think deeper about it, is so fucking funny because to them, this is the world.
Yeah.
But to us, it is this person's front yard, and I don't fuck with them. So yeah, it's so good. That's from Image Comics. It's so
I like
good.
this segment.
I like
this
that.
segment.
That's a good segment. We should
Yeah.
come up with more segments. All right, let's wrap it up.
All right.
New segment.
No, new segment. Not walking back what I said about the Minecraft movie. Heard it made 300. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Still looks disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
This
It doesn't look like
disgusting.
any effort got put into it, but I'm glad y'all having a great time. Heard the theater
it is made for
experience.
kids.
Oh yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
If my kid says y'all want to go see the Minecraft movie, we going to see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But I heard the theater experience is 10 out of 10.
Yeah, that's
People
what I
are
keep seeing.
fucking
That's
going
what I keep
crazy
seeing.
about it.
Every single
But the
video I
movie
see,
is
people are like
horrible.
clapping and cheering, like he said it. He said it.
Yeah.
Like
It's kids in the theater explaining to their parents what the fuck
Yeah.
the movie is.
yeah.
Which
and
is fun.
it doesn't have to be deep.
That's
That's-
good time.
that's
It's a movie.
fun.
It's got a good
It
That's
time.
doesn't
fun.
have to be deep.
if it was
Yeah.
animated, I'd love it.
You know what?
Don't live on
Yeah,
Twitter.
We
Have
can,
fun.
yes, get off Twitter.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I just thought about that. When you fucking think about it, like low key.
We are them. We were just complaining about
We
the
are.
movie.
Bro,
No, I'm saying like.
But
no,
look at us
what,
maturing.
what I'm saying though is like when you think about it, if that movie's for kids, all the people complaining, none of the people complaining about the movie are kids.
That's
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying.
That was us.
None of the people-
It was us at first.
Or like
see, that-
people on Twitter and just like,
Well,
oh,
I agree with that, but
Yeah.
then like look at other movies that are meant for kids, like Lego Movie. That
Oh,
is
man, I love that
actually
movie so
like
much.
everybody loves. It's one of my favorite animated movies of all time.
And Lego Batman.
Lego
But let's be
Batman,
honest with ourselves.
Sonic.
Let's be honest with ourselves. Lego Movie is does have somewhat of a message about
Oh,
believing in yourself or whatever.
man.
But
yeah, that's-
Lego Batman is just fucking stupid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like you don't watch Lego Batman for a deep meaning.
Yeah, you're not looking
You
for
watch Lego
Batman,
Batman
Matt.
because that shit's fucking stupid and it's funny.
Well, that's what I think about.
But that's probably what
yeah.
the Minecraft movie is for people.
No, of course. But the thing is, from what I'm seeing of that's bad about it, I've seen clips of it. It just looks cringy because it's live action. I've already said this in the group
Chicken
chat.
jockey.
But I guess there is no actual overall message. Like
No.
it is genuinely just.
And there doesn't
A
have
fun
to be.
movie.
There doesn't- no, you're right. It does
You don't
not
need a
have to
fucking
be.
10-year-old going in there and be like, life's lessons.
That
It's
changed
like,
my
no,
soul.
dude.
300
This world
mil,
is mine.
That's crazy. That's,
I can make
that's
anything
phenomenal.
in my world.
Who is it? It's Illumination, right? Illumination.
Illuminati?
Illuminati.
Illumination? Honestly,
I'm
don't know. Honestly,
Well,
I do not know who
whoever
did
it
that.
is, we about to get everything that can be sold as an IP. We about to get a
And
Bratz
honestly,
movie,
give
a
me
vinyl
it.
movie.
I'm
in the
cool with
planet.
it. Let's just say I'm cool with stupid.
I just want a Street Sharks movie. All right, let's cut it.
Yep. All right.
Nick, do your thing.
See you Space Cowboys later.